I have always wanted freedom. I've always wanted to be able to do my own thing, get away from my parents, but I did not have the resources. One way for me to taste freedom was the max. When I say the max, people have no idea what I mean. It's my opportunity to go places without having to ask my parents for a ride. The max train is generally quiet, always perfectly cool and air conditioned. You can always get a seat, and you do not interact with the driver. It seems to be a futuristic experience as I ride by small buildings across the Willamette River and into the heart of downtown, which is filled with skyscrapers, huge department stores, and the park blocks. The air is pure, the people are pure, and there are trees and cars willing to stop when you cross at a red hand. When I finally got my license at 16, although I could go wherever I wanted, I still didn't feel as though I had obtained the freedom I was looking for. I still lived at home. I still had to follow rules. By the age of 17, my curfew was 1 a.m., and by 18 it was 2 or 3, or whenever if I begged my mom for later. I hated having supervision. I didn't want to have to respond to anyone or ask if I could be out later. I wanted my own place, my own life. The summer before I left for college, I found myself fantasizing about days of taking care of myself and nights that were infinite. I wanted to have my own city. I spent the summer living it up with my friends, knowing that these would be the last of our juvenile days. In August 2010, I made it to freedom, Tulane University. The city was my oyster, and I could begin anywhere I wanted. I started with a streetcar. The streetcar and the Max take me to the same types of places, but the experience is a whole world apart. You drive through the city's culture, St. Charles mansions, ending up in downtown, this wild party central. The streetcar is loud, sticky and dirty. It is truly a New Orleans experience. Branches hit the windows as you drive by, and a bell rings at cars on the tracks. At the end of the line, I get off and breathe in a strong scent of rotting garbage and urine-soaked curbs. Cars don't stop for you, and drunken tourists slur their words at you. I feel scared walking alone. This place definitely isn't pure. I do love the real people of New Orleans here, their easy outlook on life. I rarely see them, though. I have only been out in the city a few times. At Tulane, I feel like I am trapped. I don't know where my freedom is. I can't venture off into the city whenever I want. I have classes to attend. I have to trek over to a dining hall when I want to eat. I don't know what's in the food, and I pine for a home-cooked family dinner. When I go out at night, I still come home at 2 or 3 because that's the time I should be home. I can't drink water out of the faucets here. I desire that cool, Bull Run clean water I get in Portland. All the responsibility is on me to stay on track. I can't believe I wanted to leave Portland so bad. I lived the life in Portland. I was so quick to grow up, I didn't realize what I was passing up. I could remain a senior in high school forever, not having any responsibility other than having to come home at a reasonable hour, and sometimes having to unload the dishwasher. Being in the cleanest city I can think of, and being surrounded by mountains, rivers, trees, and people who appreciate it all. My whole life, my mom has said she's never lived in a city where so many people who have left come back. I never believed it until now, as I, too, will return in the near future, maybe in a few years, maybe when I am 40, and bring my family back.